Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to say goodbye to our mom and dad bods.
See ya! Don't want to be anymore.
And we're so done. We're so done. And we are going to talk about it next. Keep on watching. We got together and we decided to go ahead and do a specific commitment to not only personally take on a commitment, but to do this commitment together. We needed to have a chat with ourselves on coming to,
I guess you could call it a hallelujah moment, maybe a grace moment. Hallelujah kind of thing.
we got to sit down and really dissect ourselves, give you the insight of what has been troubling each of us. My mom bod, his dad bod. Here's what we had to say about ourselves.
Let's get this going, huh?
All right.
Oh my gosh. So definitely my weight. I think I've always struggled with my weight actually growing up. I was always a small kid, and then when I got into sports, I started to blow up in weight where I started lifting, but I was never able to get back in that level of, it's always been muscle mass and weight problem just goes up. So it's been a tough journey for me, I would say. That's one of the things I definitely have troubles with and I'm very insecure about.
I have quite a bit of mommy fat that has been hugging my body for quite some time, and I would say that I've definitely lost a bit of the feminine shape that I've remember having when I was younger, and it does play a toll the way I see myself, how my body really looks.
I'm not very happy with it, for sure. Of course, I did just had surgery not too long ago, over a month ago, so I'm in that rehab stage or recovery stage. But during that time of recovery, I wasn't happy with where my progress was. I was immobile, so I definitely am not happy with where I'm at with my body and where my weight is. So I definitely want to fix that and take care of that.
My health-wise, I don't think that I'm that great. I mean, I just had a birthday, and it really gave me an opportunity to think about where I am with my health and with my body. My health not being the greatest, and of course I'm not getting any younger, and I'm not in my 20s anymore, and so it does take a toll on me in regards to how fast I am, how fast I heal. It's not as easy as it was before. As far as my body goes, there's room for improvement. I've been this way for a long time, and having served in the military before and being at a fit moment in my life and not maintaining that has really taken a toll on me.
It was in my early 30s is when I felt the most fit. I was very engaged. This is where I was very into my martial arts training, my fitness training. I was in peak condition. I can honestly say in my early 30s was the top condition shape I was ever in.
Well, that had to have been in my early 20s. I had just got out of boot camp, and I was at my most lean, most fit, the best shape of my life. Stamina was up, lean muscles, very little fat, and I felt like I could really take on the world at that point.
For me, busy scheduling, and I shouldn't use that as an excuse, I try to make time for my workouts, but sometimes you just get carried away with everything else and you're not staying committed to it. And it's easy to do that because you'd rather focus on this and get something done and skip out on a workout. Sometimes it's kind of like I'll skip leg day. Too many things happening can easily pull me away from getting this workout done.
Bad habits and not loving myself or really focusing on giving a lot of physical care for myself. I also take into consideration that I've had 2 kids, and with 2 kids, it can wreak havoc on your body. But what I didn't do is I didn't take the aftercare measures in order to get my body back into its optimal health and optimal physique afterwards. That was just sheer laziness.
Last check I had with a physical with my doctor, they did say, I could be borderline type 2 diabetic. So that's something that I could be struggling with. It's something I have to be very cautious about, especially with what I'm doing. And as I'm getting older, it's definitely right there. So that's something I'm very cautious about. I never had a problem with that before, but I know as I got older, or getting older, I should say, that is something that I should be aware of, that I'm not too thrilled about.
I have been recently diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and that is an autoimmune disease that I will have to live with for the rest of my life. I decided to do a more holistic approach, which is therapy through food. I've also suffered from lots of different aches and pains. I've had carpal tunnel, I've had tendonitis, I've had tennis elbow, I've had ruptured meniscus. I mean, I've had multiple things throughout the duration of my life thus far. And as I get older, it's got a little hard. And I can definitely start to feel that.
Let's talk about food. Yeah, unfortunately, I've always had a sweet tooth, so that's my biggest weakness, is sweets. So my kryptonite, I would have to say, is I love ice cream. Ice cream is just an amazing thing for me. Never really had it growing up as a kid as much. My getaway food, and sometimes it's bad. Sweets, ice cream is unfortunately my guilty pleasure. Well, I don't have a good balanced relationship with food, because I do eat right at some times, but sometimes when I'm out and about, I just feel like I'm out celebrating, or I'm helping someone out and I'm feeling a good time, I get carried away in a moment. So it's easy for me to get distracted, not stay focused on my diet and my regimen that I should be on. I know when I was training, I was very regimented, but however, now that I'm out and about and helping and doing all these things, sometimes it's easy for me to get distracted on my diet because I'm focused on just eating whatever's there.
I have a very complicated relationship with food. I love food. Would I call myself a foodie? Maybe a little bit. I'm a bit of a food snob when it comes to the fact that everything needs to taste good. And I would say that I never really got to have a great understanding of what kind of relationship I need to have with food. Food was always more for taste and pleasure and for the gratification, but not so much as educated on the benefits of specific foods. I've made some very poor choices in my lifetime. I want to be able to do a massive rehaul of how I see food, how food benefits me. I would say that my food vice is, I'm not too much of a sugar person. I would say that I consume a lot of salty foods. You have a bowl of rice to kind of, balance out the saltiness. Like hot sauces are my vices. I like hot sauce on everything except my ice cream, but just everything.
Definitely not getting any younger, for sure. But the one thing is for sure is that I want to make a difference, is because I want to show that I know there's people out there who are struggling, who have probably gone through what I've gone through, surgeries, injuries, weight problems, and they're fluctuating and they're probably looking for answers. So I want to be the one to help them, and I want them to be part of my journey to get back to the road of health and fitness and being that person who's athletic, be the person who's fit. I want you to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to be able to run around with my kids. I want to be able to do things with my kids and not feel like I'm winded or gassed out. So I definitely think that's one of my motivational factors to get back into it.
I'm just not happy. I'm not happy with how I see myself. I'm not happy that I haven't set a really great example to my kids. I'm just not happy with my body. That is the number one reason as to why I want to make a change. I've been so unhappy with how I look. And when I say how I look, really wearing pants without feeling your gut kind of just spill over. I see that I've made some changes mentally where I want that to be reflected physically as well. Live a lifestyle to exercise my mind, my spirituality. I also want to do that for my body. That's exactly how I want to be able to shape this person that I see in the mirror and teach that to my girls.
I definitely want to see myself in a much happier and more confident self with my body and my health and fitness. I definitely want to be much more happier where I can honestly say that I don't have to worry about the dad bod anymore, how I look, and very proud of being around myself and accepting like this is who I am now, this is where my body is, my transformation is, and the journey I've gone through and continue to go through, and showing that I've made progress.
Well, I would like to have that magic pill that gives me 30 days and boom, I've got that great, gorgeous body, but I know that it's going to take time because, I mean, I've got over 20 years of havoc on this body. In 30 days, I would love to see that there is some weight reduction. 60 days, I would love to see that I'm starting to build some muscle definition. And by 90 days, so feeling a bit more sculpted in certain areas of my body.
I don't want to compare myself to some 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds because that's not, I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of things to go in it, but I'm not saying it can't be done. But you know, I can't, I wouldn't have to say, I'm not too sure because there's a lot of people out there. I want to cater to someone around in 40s, so I'll have to get back to you on that one. That's a good question.
J-Lo, that woman's body is banging. Now, I always felt like there was a part of me that could relate physically to her, and bear with me as I say this, is because she's not top heavy, which I'm not top heavy, but she's bottom heavy, which means the girl's got a backside. She's been able to maintain her fitness to where it fits her physique. I'm not the typical hourglass body. I'm a little bit more of a pear. I'm smaller on top, larger on the bottom. So I would say J-Lo's body is an example that I'd like to mimic as closely as possible.
A healthier lifestyle, a healthier fit lifestyle that I could be proud of and that I can share and help people who are struggling get to that same promised land. I want to be that guinea pig. So the end result for me is, if I could do it, how can I help others, hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people who are struggling with the same things that I've gone through or going through? How can I be the one to help them get there? So that's my end result for sure, is how can I help people?
I'll feel much better. Again, I have other areas of myself that I'd like to work on, but I believe if I take the first step, which is start with the physical part, it could really push me to work on a lot of other areas that I'd like to improve upon.
You know, I think one of my biggest concerns for us is that we're not consistent with our eating and our actual fitness. I think something I mentioned earlier was because we have such a busy schedule, it's easy for us to get sidetracked and say, you know what, we'll do it tomorrow. Let's focus on this first and we'll come back to it. And I think we really need to prioritize our fitness and our eating regimen, definitely, especially with our such busy schedule.
Just the decline of our health. You know, I want us to be at the most, or at an optimal health for us to be able to have longevity to our lives.
Absolutely.
Because we do have young kids and
Yeah.
we'd love to be able to still have the energy, the vitality, and the strength to be able to keep up with them and have a fulfilling life. And also just to be able to incorporate a routine of health and fitness, and to change our lifestyle, our lives when it comes to better eating, better health, better care for ourselves, and then pass that on to our kids.
Ooh.
It's kind of touchy.
It is kind of touchy, you know. But I honestly can say that, you know, a lot has changed since having kids. So for me, I would love to see my wife back those days when we first met each other. We were in different levels of our lifestyles. You know, we were in different fitness levels in that lifestyle. And I don't want to look back that way, but I want us to work to something where we were back to being fit and healthy. I would love to push her on and definitely help her in any way I can to see that. Yeah, absolutely. Be pleasant, please.
Okay. What I would like to see is a very fit. I'd like to see washboard abs, you know. Yeah. Giggle. And I would love for him to be at his happiest if that he can possibly achieve right now. And now, sure, he's not 20 something, but I want to see a 40 something guy with a really great body that he worked and he chiseled and he's extremely happy about. And I think that once he's happy about it, that will definitely make me super happy. So that's what I would love to see happening to my goal.
I think it's gonna, even though that we're very close and I consider my wife, we're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think seeing us go through this kind of struggle, a lot of people are tested through physical confrontation. It breaks them mentally, physically, spiritually. But when you come out of it, and if you're doing it together with your partner and your spouse, I think it's going to bond us even more. I'm not saying that we're not, but I think it's going to bring us to another level of growing and mentoring and sharing and being one. And we understand each other's struggles. We help each other go through these struggles. And now we're reaching this point where I can rely on you. I can help you. You're giving good advice. You're giving it coaching and mentorship to help us reach that goal. So I think it's going to be massive, valuable lesson for us to learn. It's going to be massive for us in building a stronger foundation in our relationship as well.
Starting over, starting fresh, and feeling that level of success within the first 90 days, and to maintain that success of our physical fitness going forward on a daily measure. You know, again, accountability, the partnership, but we want to be able to set specific criteria for ourselves. I will be able to feel proud that I got to work with him. I'd like to think that I'm also going to be his motivation, his cheerleader. But overall, I just want to be able to give my husband a big hug and a congratulation on him accomplishing that level or that next milestone for himself, and that's his health and fitness, and same for me.
Hey everyone, so Sabrina and I definitely got into this. We have a 90-day challenge, but we're going to break it down to actually a 30-day challenge. So with this challenge, we're going to be doing specific exercises. And for us mom and dads, from a lot of you guys with your busy schedule and everything that we've come to, we decided, like, how can we do this at home and give this to you guys so you guys can try this out as well. These exercises can be done at home, in the comfort of your living room, in your garage, your room, and they take no more than 30 minutes. It can be less. So with that, there are specific exercises. There's less than 10 exercises that you guys can do. And we're going to do these exercises as well. And we're going to show you down below what those exercises are, what kind of diets program we're going to follow to help maintain this exercise regimen that we're going to be getting ourselves into.
For those of you that are going to be doing this first 30-day challenge with us, we are going to put all the exercises down below in the description so that way you could do those exercises at home as well. And Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Multi-Passionate Couple, so that way you can tag us and hashtag The Multi-Passionate Couple so we can see what your journey's been like the first 30 days.
If you really think these are awesome workouts to do, or you've done these workouts, share your feedback. We'd love to hear what you guys think about these workouts. We want to hear your guys' stories. We want to hear your guys' experiences. So we definitely want to see what you guys think. Leave a comment below, share your experience with us, and we definitely want you guys to be part of this community with us.
And for those of you that are new to our channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button right down below, as well as the notification bell to let you know exactly when our next video will be coming out. All right, guys, go ahead and live with purpose.
Go out there and embrace gratefulness, guys.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.